Scientists have identified over 500 million species in the history of Earth, but it is possible that there is up to 20 times that we don't yet know about. Of this, 98% have become extinct. Every year, more than 27,000 species become extinct. That's 3 every hour. Species usually become extinct due to climate changes and inability to adapt to new environments. But with the current rate of extinction, it is estimated around half of species on Earth could disappear over the next 50 to 100 years. Hello to all at home and welcome to iTTV. Well, in the previous lessons, we have learned all the living processes that humans undergo. Well, children, animals are also living things. They also have different types of living processes. So, today's lesson would be animals excrete and defecate. All animals excrete and defecate. Well, what is the importance of defecation and excretion in animals? Are they like humans as well? Shall we see the graphic? Why do animals need to excrete and defecate? A. To remove waste products which are toxic to them. B. To maintain the water and mineral level. And C. To maintain the temperature. Just like humans, animals need to remove the waste products from their body in order to stay healthy. Well, what are the excretory organs that animals have? Are they alike the humans? Remember, children, in our previous lesson, we recall that humans have got skin as their excretory organ, lungs as their excretory organs, and lastly, kidneys. What about animals? Let's have a look. Firstly, animals have got lungs to excrete carbon dioxide and water vapor. We would discuss this further in the lesson. Well, have a look at the picture of the lung of animals. Do they differ with those of the human? Yes, of course, children. Humans' lung would look different, a bit bigger, much softer, pink in color. But here, the structure of animal lung is totally opposite to the structure of human lung. They're a bit flowery, like small little leaves here. Next are the kidneys. Well, you have seen the picture of the kidney in the topic of human excretion and defecation. Are these kidneys alike human kidneys? Well, in real, animal kidneys are much larger than human kidneys. See the picture in these graphics. The kidneys have got different structure compared to human ones. And remember, children, they are much bigger. The next organ being the gills. Of course, children, humans do not have gills as we do not live in the water. Only animals which survive in the water need gills in order to survive. See here, the first picture is a picture of the shark, and you can see nice beautiful gills on them. The next picture of a fish, and the red colored organ there is the gill. Well, lastly, skin. Animals also excrete through their skin like humans. Well, humans, they sweat. What about animals? Do they sweat? Well, it's for you to find out later, children. We know that animals have got 4 different types of excretory organ, which is the skin, the gills, the lungs, and the kidney. Well, let's see a summary of what are these organs excreting, shall we? Firstly, the lungs. The lungs excrete carbon dioxide and water vapor. These are same function of lungs in human. What about the kidney? The kidney excrete urine. What is the content of urine? Water, mineral salts, ammonia, uric acid, and urea. The next organ is the skin. Skin excretes sweat. Well, sweat, just like in humans, contains mineral salts and water. What about the gills? Gills are organs of the sea creatures. Well, gills excrete
carbon dioxide
and water vapor just like the lungs. Well, this is basically a short summary of what we are going to learn later. Well, children, I do hope that so far you have understood slightly about what do excretory organs produce. Well, like all humans, animals have got two main excretory products, which is
carbon dioxide
and the water vapor, of course. Well, firstly, we are going to be talking about the lungs. Remember, the structure of the lung in animals and humans differ. Now, think, children, do you know what are the land animals? Land animals are those that habitate in the land. Remember the topic shelter. Do you know what animals live on land? Well, animals like the elephant, the giraffe, the dog, the cat, and so on, like the bear and all, live on land. Well, most land-living animals use their lungs to excrete, just like us humans. Their main excretory product would be carbon dioxide and water vapor. These
carbon dioxide
is further used by plants for photosynthesis. So, what is the gas which is inhaled by these land-living animals? Just like humans, oxygen, of course. Well, what about the next excretory organ, which is the kidney? What kind of animals use kidney to excrete, children? Well, just like the lungs, kidney is used by land-living animals as well. What kind of animals use kidney? The monkeys, the cow, the cats, and so on. But you have to remember something. There are certain animals like the monkey, cat, and cow which uses lungs and kidney both for excretion. They do use another excretory organ which I would like to talk about later. Well, some aquatic and land-living animals also use kidney for excretion, like the turtle, birds, rabbits, and so on. What are the main excretory products of the kidney? Well, you saw the summary, a table just now in the graphic. You should remember that the kidney excretes urine just like in humans. What is the content of urine? Urine has urea, uric acid, ammonia, mineral salts, and water. Well, after a jog or running or swimming or playing badminton with your parents or your friends, you would feel tired and you would sweat. Well, what about animals? If they carry out various activities, do they sweat as well? What kind of animals sweat? Well, children, you have to remember the main three sweating animals are cat, monkey, and cows. But there are also different land-living animals which sweat. Well, a skin only used for sweating by animals. There are certain special animals which excrete by their skin, but not by sweating like us humans, but they do it in a different way. Let's see, what do they do with their skin? The fish excretes through its wet skin. Being in the water, it has to excrete by its wet skin, not by the dry skin, of course. The excretory material released are mineral salts. We humans also release mineral salts with our skin. Other animals use skin to excrete are the earthworms. Have you seen earthworms while going for jungle trekking or walking or playing with the soil, children? They live in soil and excrete into the soil. So, what are the waste products useful for the soil? Their excretion products further enhance the freshness of the soil, so any plant that you plant would grow healthily thanks to the excretion product of the earthworm into the soil. Some animals, like the insects, excrete through their skin. These insects use their excretory material to build their hard outer layer of skin. For example, the butterfly. Its colorful wings are made out of excretory materials which are deposited as fine scales. So remember, children, when you see a beautiful butterfly, the color of the skin is actually deposited waste products which are scales. Do you like to catch butterflies? Do you have a hobby of keeping butterflies as your pet, children? Well, that's a nice hobby actually, but the butterflies have to be free. Well, let's have a look at the next excretory organ, which are gills. Who have got gills? Fish, of course, and all other living sea creatures. Well, children, let's see what kind of animals uses their gills to breathe. Do you know what are the excretory products that the gills release? If you were listening to me carefully from the beginning of the lesson, you would know that the lungs and the gills release the same kind of waste products, which are
carbon dioxide
and water vapor. So let's have a look at a few examples of animals, which are the sea creatures, which use their gills to not only breathe but to excrete. The fishes. All species of fishes in the deep blue sea uses gills to excrete. What are the waste products? Again, children, remember.
carbon dioxide
And water vapor. They are released into the water around them. Next, the lobster. Tadpoles. What are tadpoles actually? When the frog lays eggs, they hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles live in the water. They are baby frogs actually, so they use gills to breathe. What about the frog? The frog actually uses the skin to breathe. So how do tadpoles excrete? Using the gills, of course. Next are the prawns. Prawns also use their gills to excrete the waste material. The dangerous shark, which lays in the blue sea, also uses gills to breathe. Next are the crabs. The tiny crabs walking alongside the seashores also uses gills to excrete waste products. We have finished about excretion. Shall we talk about defecation? From the previous lesson, do you still remember what is defecation, children? Well, defecation is actually the act of producing feces. Feces is a waste product. Well, feces is actually undigested food material which the animals eat. Let's have a look at the graphic to see what the elephant is doing here. The elephant is actually defecating. Like humans, most animals have the intestine which stores and removes the feces. Do you remember, children, that we have got two types of intestine, which is the large and the small? The small intestine transfers the feces, which is unabsorbed food material, to the large intestine. The large intestine absorbs water from them and stores these feces to be removed by the anus. This process also happens in animals. Remember that defecation is not a form of excretion because the products of defecation is something that animals consume from outside. This is the same for humans, children. Well, did you understand about the process of defecation, children? It's time for us to move on to the session of exercise. Let's do a few questions to see how well you know about today's topic. Question 1. Which of the following is not an excretory organ of the animal? A. Skin, B. Lungs, C. Stomach, and D. Gills. Well, children, stomach is actually part of the digestive system. Stomach is where you eat and your food flows into, allowing digestion to take place. So, the correct answer would be stomach, of course. Now, we have skin, lungs, and gills here. What is another missing excretory organ for animals? Think, children. Well, kidney, of course. Well, what is the solution that comes out from the kidney? Urine. Let's see question 2, shall we? Question 2. Which animal below excrete with their skin? A. Butterfly, B. Crab, C. Turtles, and D. Prawns. Crabs, turtles, and prawns are sea-living animals. Butterfly flies in the land. Butterflies remove waste products through their skin and they are deposited as colorful scales. So, what is the correct answer, children? A. Butterfly, of course. What do crabs, turtles and prawns use to excrete? Turtles use their lung, while crabs and prawns use their gills. Let's move over to question 3. Monkey, cats and cows use their skin to remove A.
Carbon dioxide.
B. Oxygen, C. Sweat and D. Urine. Well, skin. What do we use the skin for? To sweat after heavy exercises. What about animals? Do they sweat as well? Well, as I told you in the beginning of the lesson, monkeys, cats and cows also use their skin to remove sweat. So the correct answer would be C, of course, sweat.
Carbon dioxide
Is a waste product of the lungs. What about oxygen? It is what you inhale for the respiration process to take place. Urine is an excretory product of the kidney. Let's see the last question. Question 4. Which of the following is the excretory product from the gills? A. Sweat, B.
carbon dioxide.
C. Urea and D. Mineral salts. What do you think is the correct answer, children? B, of course.
Carbon dioxide.
The gills, like the lungs, excrete
Carbon dioxide.
and water vapor. So, children, did you find some words difficult in the lesson today? We shall see the vocabulary of the day to see what do these difficult words mean. Excretion, perkumuhan. Defecate, nya tinja. Feces, najis. Survival, kemandirian. Remember, animals, humans and plants, all of us carry out living processes to survive on this earth. Waste product, bahan buangan. Urine, air kencing. Sweat, peluh. Gills, insang. All sea creatures use their gills to breathe and excrete. Well, children, by now I do hope that you have understood something about how animals excrete and defecate. It's a bit different from the humans, of course, because they have got extra excretory organs, unlike the human. Well, children, we shall move over to see the trivia that has been prepared for you today. Well, in the trivia, we will discuss about the sharks. Well, before that, I would like to ask you that, do you like to go for a swim in the sea? Well, I love to swim in the sea, but tell me the truth, children. How many of you, while swimming, have thought about sharks? And what are they able to do to you? Let's see, what do sharks possibly could do to you? Do sharks eat people? That's a question which I would like to know the answer to. There are 368 species of shark, and only a few of these have been known to attack humans. Most sharks would prefer to eat fish or seals than humans. We must not be that tasty that sharks don't like to eat us. And most attack sea divers who may look like seals to the shark. So they actually attack humans because humans look like their food. They will take one bite of human and will not bite again, probably because humans are not sharks' normal prey. Unfortunately, one bite from big shark like the great white or bull shark can be enough to kill a human. That's very sad. Well, let's see the next trivia, shall we? How do ants carry objects that are much bigger than they are? Have you dropped anything sweet on the floor lately? Do you see ants moving around them, trying to carry the food products to their colony? Something interesting, don't you think so? If we as humans were asked to carry something much more heavier than our weight, we find it difficult. But how do ants do it? Let's see, children. Some ants can carry objects that weigh up to more than 30 times their body weight. The leaf-cutting ant is particularly strong. It bites off part of leaf and carries it back to the colony. This picture shows an example of the leaf-cutting ant. See how it can carry the big leaf with its tiny body. Ants can do this because they are so small. Their tiny size actually helps them to produce more force. They don't have a lot of body mass like humans, which means they actually have more muscle to lift heavy objects. Well, children, we have come to an end of our lesson today. Before I end, I would like to do a quick roundup of what we have learned today. What are the excretory organs of animals, children? Animals have got 4 main excretory organs, which are the kidneys, the skin, the gills, and the lungs. The last two, the gills and the lungs, have got same excretory products, which are
carbon dioxide
and water vapor. The kidney excretes urine like us humans, and skin excretes not only sweat, but for different animals like earthworms and butterfly, the excretion is different products. Well, children, like humans, animals need to excrete to survive. Defecation, on the other hand, is a process of removal of feces. Like humans, animals also have intestines where they store and remove the feces. Well, children, I hope that you have enjoyed the lesson today, and see you soon in our next lesson. Thank you for watching iTTV. Bye-bye.